Hi everyone, welcome back to a brand new video. Take a look at these clips, see if you can spot what I'm doing wrong and maybe you do this as well. Before you watch the clips, make sure you hit that subscribe button, click the notification bell and you'll be notified as soon as a new video drops. So let's see how many of you spotted that. So what it was is we're coming across the cue ball. So basically our cue is coming off the line of aim. It's coming over to the right hand side. So for example, if I was going to play this now, we're going to use the D and the bolt line as a reference. So if I'm playing this shot now, I feel I've got the natural line there. So we'll play the pot. And our cue is pretty straight on the bolt line. If we now put up another shot, and this is what happens when we come across the ball. Basically what happens is, we're behind the shot, the cue comes back, it comes through, and then we come right across the face of the cue ball, and most likely catch it far too right, and we'll end up missing the ball thin. So we'll play this shot again. So I feel that's good on the aiming. The cue comes right across and we miss thin. You can see where the cue is now pointing. So we're now to the right of centre on that bolt line. So what actually happens when we come across the ball? So basically, when we come across the ball, the cue is now pointing in a different direction as it makes contact. So if this is the normal angle now, about there, when we bring in our cue back and then come across the ball, our cue is obviously now pointing much thinner on the red. So if I now play that shot, it would obviously be now a lot thinner. And one of the reasons why I think this happens is, when we get down on a shot, subconsciously, if we don't think we're quite on line with the shot, we can almost come across the cue ball and we try and what we call steer the object ball into the pocket. So I'm sure you've seen it and I'm sure that you've felt it as well. You can feel it when you come across the ball. So you get down on the shot, you're not quite sure of the angle perhaps, you end up coming across the ball and you see my cue's finished and you end up missing it way too thin. So you're probably thinking, well, if we come across the ball and hit the right side of the cue ball, will it not deflect over to the left? Well, no, not quite, because the cue is not pointing on that natural line. So if I play this shot now and play it with a lot of right hand side, so I'm going to get down on the aim of the pot, which is there. Now I play loads of right hand side, you're always going to end up missing it thick. But because the cue is not pointing on that line, when we hit a lot of side, it's never going to deflect back in, so you're always going to still miss it thin. So you get down on the line of aim, once again, cue comes across, and you miss it thin. You can see where the cue finishes. So if you're someone who you find this happens to a lot, I think you can use the bolt line as a reference as well. I think you've just got to have a bit of a mindset that you've got to try and push the cue through on what you think is a straight line and try not to steer the ball in, which is easy to do. We've all done it, I've done it. We all do it. Sometimes when I think we're just not quite on line with the shot, I think this when it happens the most basically. We end up trying to steer the ball in because we're not quite on line. You end up coming across it and you will always miss it thin, providing that you've got the right angle in the first place. Obviously you could be aiming very thick and come across the ball and end up potting it, and you may not think there's an issue. but you'll be able to tell yourself, we can all feel it when we do come across the ball. It just feels very wrong, and 9 times out of 10 you will miss it on the thin side. So you can use this bolt line again as a reference. So I think that's the potting angle there. I feel I'm good. You come across the ball and you end up missing it thin, which is very frustrating. But just try and have that focus of just try and push the cue through nice and straight. All that's happening is the back arm, when it goes back, it's coming in closer to your chest and creating that arc. So just have that focus of down on the shot and just try and push through as straight as you can, and it should hopefully alleviate that coming across the ball. So there we go. I'm sure that you've come across that before, coming across the ball. It's so frustrating. We see it all the time. It's like you're trying to steer the object ball into the pocket. It's like our mind kind of knows that we're not quite on the correct line of aim, and we try and compensate on the cue ball and almost come across the ball. And 9 times out of 10, like I've shown, you're going to miss it thin, unless you're aiming already thick, and then you might even pot it and think that there's not an issue. But like I said, I'm sure you've come across it before. You come across the ball, it's highly frustrating, and you'll always kind of miss it on the thin side. So I hope you enjoyed that one. As always, if you like the content, please like, share and subscribe. Hit that notification bell and you'll be notified as soon as a new video drops. Also, go and check out proedgesnooker.com. It's a new website. We've got cues, cases, tips, accessories, everything to help you with your game. As always, coaching is available, so do get in touch if you want a session with me in this room, on this table. In the meantime, go and check out all the other videos on my channel, and we'll see you soon for the next one.